almost Turkey Day. One more week till the slaughter begins. I think it's already started. Something like that. Planet Crazy. Yeah, the forum. That's where I got my strike. Was reading from the forum. So, because YouTube's on crazy pills. I don't know what. I did not know what's. It's like you don't know what will trigger a stupid thing. you know. I don't want to call it a retard, but call it YouTube retard. But it's kind of like it kind of has those traits. Narcissistic, arrogant, whatever. Hollowed out, nothing. So yeah, I gotta be careful. So I might just answer a question there, do it this way. I don't know anymore. Just the thing is just. Welcome to planet Earth. Backward planet of self-destruction. So a bit of we're going to just see if I can survive the apocalypse. Zyme.com. Private sessions, I think. The site is really slow. It shouldn't be this slow. The schedule. The shop here. The cats are sleeping right now. I also have a book coming out. Another one. Just the topic books again. The other one, I'm still waiting for. There's gonna be two of them. They're different days. I'll make a separate video on it. One's on November 28th. Oh, I have it here. I'll show it. I'll do more of an announcement later. But the 28th. Yeah. And the next one's December 16th. I have to get that sorted out. They're just short books. I don't know how many more I can do on this. I just figure I just get ideas and just throw it in there. Just I think the computer does it, so I don't have to write. Cause I'm burned out from working and haven't been sleeping that much. It's not good to cut your hair when you're tired. Cause I got almost cut all my hair out. That was a mistake. I fucked it up. So that's why I had to cut the rest of my hair to match it. Whoops. So yeah, that's why I got no hair. It's because I messed it up. So it was growing back finally, and then I screwed it up. I had the razor too short. It's like, what am I doing? I haven't been sleeping that much, like 3 or 4 hours sleep, increments. I rest, but I kind of a psychotic breakdown at the same time. Seeing life has been so good and everything. Just can't handle all the happiness that comes out of it. Exactly. Just enormous. Just glad to be on a planet that's lost its freaking mind as usual. But yeah, they want me here for some. I don't know why they want me here, but I'm here. So anyway, we're here for whatever reason. Spirit world has lost its. Spirit world is it is whatever the deal is. Spirit realm. Hopefully, they have some kind of plan, or the higher self has some kind of plan. Because right now, it doesn't look. Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about this until they do something different. I'm gonna keep bashing the spirit world until they fucking actually show they have some kind of brain going on there. Because right now, it doesn't look like it doesn't look great. It's like this is all you got. It's like I can do this somewhere else. I can phone it in from another planet. This world destroys itself. Elon Musk can send me a message like, "Oh, you left Earth." Like, yeah, whatever. We should. God. Whatever. He's not even doing anything. I mean, why isn't he on Mars right now? What is this? Shouldn't he be on Mars? What's he? Lucky us, right? I gotta bring that up, clear that energy. The narcissism, no thanks. Might as well talk about the spirit world while I'm at it. Whatever, everybody needs a hero. So, Lost Planet Retrospect. So, from a neutral perspective, not to bring insult to anybody or anything like that, to just lay it out, just give it a different way of looking at planet teenager. So, not everybody's a teenager here, but there's a lot of teenagers here. So, not to bring insult to anyone or just to show most respect, but there's always a but. So I've been running into this a lot recently, of those that kind of ruin themselves when they're teenagers. Of course, I'm old now, but I kind of miss that whole self-destructive timeline. I'm not going. I was more just I was attacked in a different way. Anyway, I didn't have the. So it's like, think of it as you have like different 1%. You have like the clique 1%. You have like the ultra wealthy, whatever that. A bunch of transvestite Rockefeller family or whatever that is, whatever. Not and then, but then you have, even like in school, you have like the 1%ers there. And whatever, you can go on with that. Different category. Whatever. I'm not trying to label anything. I'm just kind of. Anyway, there's those that, because I ran into this today, just a kind of reminder, but I wasn't looking for it. But those that kind of ruin themselves at a young age, due to their own just bad decisions. They hit puberty and then they just hit the gas without thinking, and then they just kind of destroy themselves. And that's like at 20 or before that. It's like, geez, they got their whole life to look like a train wreck, basically. I'm not sure if this is my favorite, but it's kind of like, this is bad. But either way, I remember my friend was, I don't know, anyway, he knew somebody. Anyway, his old lady had like 2 kids, and she was like in her 40s, maybe late. She smoked so much. I don't know how old she was. Look like she was 50. She could have been 40, as far as I know. This is a while back, and she was talking about being in high school and all that. It's like, what the fuck? And she was like, shit. It's like, she could have been 40. She was going on 50, smoking like a motherfucker. And she had kids, and they're just doing the fuck they want. So anyway, I just kind of run into this for those that just kind of destroy themselves. That's where the teenager energy comes from. That's where I'm getting at it. They just ram their life into the ground and kind of pick up the pieces later and kind of check out, be spiritually ruined and all of that. It's like, and their life hasn't even started yet. You already hear about that now, but that's what I'm getting at. The teenager energy is like, who else would do that with a teenage soul? Of course, you can get through it, you can find your way through it and all that. Obviously go through abuse from others and things like that, and you're doing other teenagers trying to come after you and all that. So it is basically something like that. I would get like the 1950s. That's why I kind of get the 1950s with the alien. The boys and all that. So that energy is still. We're kind of in that 1950s era, kind of, but modernized. Because we're kind of doing the same stuff, sort of. Not exactly, but we still have. That's where a lot of the technologies came about. So just putting that out there of what you might be growing up in or becoming more of an adult energy even at 15 or whatever, but you get attacked by teenager beings that just don't give a shit about anything. That's why I call it the kid planet or whatever, because you see that mentality here. And they know everything, and they're kind of the 1%, and life's good for them, right? Until they kind of ruin themselves. Because I'm running into that right now. It's like some just like fucking like you just ruined yourself already. And then you take everybody down and you become a NPC and you just shut down and you're just half dead. It's like you're like a walking, talking cardboard cutout. And you might meet somebody and get married as two cardboard cutouts, happy forever. They're cardboard cutout kids. If we're living a life of ruin, it's like, yeah, we have this history back in school. Just like, how many of those times you gotta hear that like over and over again? It's like, golly, man. It's like, there's different. I mean, it's one thing getting abused from others, but when you're going into self-destructive, you're doing just horrible things to yourself. Living the life of the 1%, and then you're just now the 99% of self-destructive, or 1% of totally screwed up. But anyway, yeah, like I said, that's the teenage frequencies. So yeah, those with no self-love, 0, and they're the ones that kind of just check out, become a cardboard cutout, become hide behind their jobs and whatever, and just be half dead basically. Like there but not there, and then you have the spirit world that's, yeah, it's ugly. And the spirit world has its issues too. A spirit world can be very narcissistic, arrogant, and that's the positive realm. Well, because you can be dark or light. They still have dark and light, and they can still be stupid over there. Because, yeah, it's like the spirit realm is, I've already talked about this before, can be very wealthy and checked out. You see that here. And the spirit realm is the same way. They don't have the physical realm, so they don't have to deal with the stuff we deal with. So they can be mentally checked out there too. You think they'd be smarter than that? Yeah, you think. That's why you have the aliens. And they might look down at the aliens, but the aliens always have some of them. It's not that they're downgrading themselves, but they have more compassion, depending on who it is, obviously. It goes on and on. But it's like, yeah, you think the spirit realm, the astral realm, everything could be great there. It sucks there too. I mean, there's good things there. You don't have to. You get more understanding of everything, and you don't have to be around the trash as much as you are here. But yeah, here we're just, like I said, we're here to help the spirit realm get smart. Is it working? Well, sometimes, not a lot. It's very, very. Well, they have to come here and fail a lot to really. Yeah, you have to. Some people, I mean, a lot of us have already been through it. You have to hit your lowest point somewhere, and just seeing others go through it is hard. Yeah, but they have to do it. It sucks. So while we're here, yeah, it's just you're here and you're just constantly, you're under. You feel like you're under the lawnmower. The wood chipper. Yeah, you get sent to the wood chipper and you didn't do anything. You're just not part of the the system. So, like you're outside the matrix. I feel like I've been outside the matrix for a long time. That's why I went through the traumas I went through to break me out of it. And so I didn't live in that 1% stuff. I lived more like just, it was hell, but I didn't live any of that. Self-destructive was kind of keeping my sanity so I don't freaking kill myself half the time. Just, it was gross. It was just nothing. I have no memories. Nothing to remember. Just disgust. Just nothing. At least I stayed out of a lot of the nonsense, but it's just forgettable. And now you got the whole life to look at. It's like, hey, look, more deadness. Just you gotta keep going, even if you don't want to see any point in it. So anyway, so yeah, spirit world hopefully gets smart. Hopefully, yeah, because so you have individuals here. So going back to that, so you go and destroy yourself. Not everybody does, obviously, but quite a few do it. Yeah, I saw one today. used to be like the player and all that. Now he's walking around like with a cane and looks like shit. And he's, of course, he's flirting with everybody because that's pretty much he's known for. And he's like, well, like the rock star has fallen. Whatever. Who knows how many diseases he's carrying around right now, but then they ruin themselves and then they join these freaking cults and they think they know everything. Like I say, YouTube is this the spiritual community is its majority is cults. Something to be proud of. It's like, man, you just ruin your life and you just can't seem to get it straight. And you go into these conspiracies, World War III, and yada yada yada. It's like, can you get it right at all? No. Can you get your life straightened? Nope, apparently not. Just gonna keep driving around with a couple flat tires and just mow over whoever the fuck you feel like, basically. So yeah. Yeah. So yes. All right, we're going to the Andromedans that are around. I haven't tapped into them in a while, recently. Yeah. So. All right. So anyway, it gives some. Yeah. So when you hear about Planet Teenager and all that, just look at reality. This is how you become an adult. You have to keep ruining yourself. For some, I mean, some of us have had past life. I can't remember anything, but yeah, we've all been through it at some level. So, all right, going to the Andromedan energies, and then we'll close her out. So, all right, blessings. Greetings, the Andromedans. Yes, as you connect more to your power, yes, you see also weaknesses that you're improving. Basically, you're improving your chakras, improving the character, who you want to become, and also handle stress levels. Well, as you can see, a lot of souls incarnate here think they can handle anything, and then that's not always the case. But that's where they start warning. It's like, you think you have this world all figured out, and then they get a disease or some kind of situation. Not everybody's like that, but there is quite a few that just feel they self-indulge, and this has been going on in the planet for some time. And yes, you might see other beings making those decisions. It's like, I'd never do that, and you end up doing the same thing, maybe even worse. Yeah, it's like you see, in the spirit realms, you come here and you forget everything, and you see if they fall for the same, guilty pleasures as others have, like a drunken king, basically. So, also your class is, your middle class, difficult, but your class of people have more access to wealth than you might realize. Yes, life might not be all so great in a lot of areas, no money, but you're still living a lifestyle that kings used to live in the past, kings and queens. So it might be, it's not too self-indulgent, but still you have decent air, water, depending on where you are, of course. And some do act like they own the world and make terrible decisions. So some do live like a life of royalty. That comes from the spirit realm, comes from other just mentality, and that's where they think they have it all figured. And yes, it also goes back to lifetimes where they were a bit of royalty and they continue to make mistakes. They can't seem to get it right. So and they can make the same mistakes over and over again, and even fracture their soul, continue because they keep making the same mistakes and become more hollow. But it's like, you can't leave this world. You have to stay here until you get this straightened out. And some have difficulties with self-love. They're constantly fighting it. Some are, you might, no, can have connections, but some of them are pig-headed. Just the way it is. And once again, yes, they have that elitist mentality. And they can just be a common person, but they kind of live a life of a royalty, lifestyle until it comes to bite them. They've done it in previous lifetimes, not done differently. And they just haven't kind of cleared out that mentality that can do whatever they feel like. So no consequences, well, there are consequences. Yeah, they can do whatever they want, no consequences. And so thinking like, oh, want a life of wealth, well, it's not what it's cracked up to be, especially when you're coming out of those wealth lifetimes, when you have poverty and all that. Because poverty does have its issues, but so you stay clear of of the mistakes you can make if you had everything. So you had everything, like I say, you see people that win the lottery and end up destroying themselves. So the idea is to, avoid that. But it doesn't mean that darkness is not still there. So obviously we're not going into every detail, but I believe some are kind of figuring this out. We're not going to all you have to kind of be at a certain level of experience to understand where we're getting at. Some just have no idea what we're talking about. Yes, talk about space aliens and the secret space programs and all that. But eventually you have to come down to Earth and deal with life problems. And try not to make the same mistakes and to live a better life, or just own up to your mistakes and improve and mature down the line.